Wireshark isn't a disaster movie set at sea. It's the world's most widely used network packet analyzer, and it's completely free and open source. With a clean graphical interface, Wireshark lets you capture live network traffic, apply powerful filters, and inspect every single byte of every packet that flows through your network interface. Today, we'll use it to see exactly what happens when you visit both an HTTP and an HTTPS website. And the difference will surprise you. Let's open a terminal and launch Wireshark. When it starts, you'll see a list of network interfaces. These are all the connections your machine can listen on. To find which one is active, run ifconfig in a separate terminal. You'll see ETH0 here. That's our Ethernet interface. Back in Wireshark, double-click ETH0 to start capturing. And just like that, Wireshark begins recording every packet that crosses this interface. Now let's open a browser and visit an HTTP website. No HTTPS, just plain HTTP. I'll hit the stop button once we have enough packets to work with. Look at what we've captured. The very first packets are DNS queries. Before your browser can load anything, it needs to know the IP address of the website. So it asks the DNS server, "What's the IP for this domain?" You'll see two queries here, one for IPv4 and one for IPv6. These run over UDP on port 53. That's the transport layer doing its job. Next come the DNS responses. The server replies with the actual IP address. This response is type A, meaning it's answering the IPv4 request. Now your computer knows where to go. And because the site is redirecting from www to the root domain, you'll see two more DNS queries and responses for the redirected address. With the IP address in hand, the system initiates a TCP connection. Watch for the three-way handshake, a SYN packet from your machine, a SYN ACK reply from the server, and an ACK to confirm. That's the transport layer establishing a reliable connection before a single byte of web content is transferred. After the handshake, your browser sends an HTTP GET request, essentially saying, "Please give me this web page." You can see the full headers right here in Wireshark: the path, the host, the browser type. Nothing is hidden, nothing is encrypted. Anyone on your network can read this. The server responds with HTTP 200 OK, and the web page arrives as a series of fragmented TCP segments. Wireshark helpfully tells us that this HTTP response was reassembled from 5 separate TCP packets. That's normal. Large responses get split at the transport layer and reassembled at the destination. Now let's see what HTTPS looks like. I'll restart the capture and visit Google, a fully HTTPS site. The DNS query and response happen exactly the same way. The TCP three-way handshake is identical, but then something different appears, a client hello TLS packet. This is the start of the TLS handshake, the process that sets up encryption before any real data is sent. Let me filter the results to only show traffic to and from the Google server. I'll right-click the destination IP, go to Apply as Filter, and select the option. Now I'll change DST to ADDR in the filter bar so we see traffic in both directions. Here's the TLS handshake in detail. First, your browser sends a client hello, announcing which encryption methods it supports. The server replies with a server hello, choosing the method, and then sends its certificate. After a key exchange step, the server sends a server hello done. Your browser responds with its own key exchange, and from that point on, the connection is encrypted. Every subsequent packet you see in Wireshark shows application data, but the content is completely unreadable, just ciphertext. Compare that to the HTTP traffic we saw earlier, where every header, every URL, every cookie was visible in plain text. One important thing to notice: even with HTTPS, you can still see the source and destination IP addresses and port numbers. Encryption protects the content, but not the metadata. That's a subtle but important distinction. Finally, let's take a close look at an IPv4 packet in Wireshark. This DNS query response is a perfect example. You can clearly see the version field. It's 4, confirming this is IPv4. The header length is 5 32-bit words, which means there's no options field. The total length of this packet is 96 bytes. You can see the source and destination IP addresses, the TTL field that controls how long the packet can travel across the network, and all the other fields we've discussed. Wireshark breaks it all down, layer by layer. Ethernet at the bottom, then IP, then UDP, then DNS at the top. That's Wireshark in action.